Hey out there! Amazing to see you all. I'm Jacqueline and I work at University College Absalon in Denmark. And today I will be presenting the Bachelor of Engineering in Biotechnology program. With me, I have one of our students, and I think he will introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Ramos, and at the Absalon University, International Honors Degree in Teaching.
Yes, thank you, Ramos. So today we will start with me presenting about the Bachelor of Engineering in Biotechnology, and then Ramos will take over. And some always say, "Hey, that's amazing!" So the chat is just if you want to say "Hey." We also added some link in the chat box, so there is links to if you want to sign up to hear more, our Facebook page, Instagram, and webpage. And if you have any questions during the sessions, you can ask them over in the question section and we will answer them afterwards. I will start with sharing my screen with a PowerPoint we have made for you. And I will just go full screen. Yes. Yes, so as I said before, I want to introduce the Bachelor of Engineering in Biotechnology program. This program is placed in a small city called Kalundborg. You may not know it. It's a very, very cool place because we are actually the biotech city of Denmark. And I will tell more about that. Just an overview of Denmark. We are placed at the island called Zealand. We are about 1 hour drive from Copenhagen, as you can see here. So why study in Kalundborg, you may ask yourself. And as I said at the beginning, it is because we are the biotech city. We have some of the world's largest biotech industries placed in Kalundborg, as you can see here at the map at your screen. So these industries have for many years have very difficulties finding new employees, especially well-educated engineers. So for a long period, they asked the different schools in Denmark if they wanted to start up an engineering program in Kalundborg. And after some years, Absalon took it, and we did it. So the idea is that we, during this education, which takes you 3.5 years, you will work in very, very close cooperation with these gigantic biotech industries. So just to mention some of them, and some of the biggest in the world is, you can see there is purple in your corner. Here we have Novo Nordisk and Novozymes. You may know them, you may not. Just to mention Novo Nordisk, for example, they are insulin production. They produce in Kalundborg 50% of all insulin in the world, and the site in Kalundborg is the world's biggest. On the same site as Novo Nordisk, you also find Novozymes. Novozymes, as you may hear in the words, produce enzymes, for example, for your washing powder. And also in Kalundborg, we have the world's biggest enzyme production site. And of course, we have these world's biggest players, but we also have a lot of specialized industries because when you have such big biotech industries, they will also have a lot of specialized industries following them. Just to mention one of my favorite companies is Kalundborg Utility. They treat their water with a secondary tertiary treatment step where they use ozone to remove pharmaceuticals from the wastewater. That is pretty cool if you ask me. So despite we have all these great companies that you will work together with when you study here, you can also get a student job there. Just this last week, 15 of our first year students got a student job at Novo Nordisk and Novozymes. And you will also do half a year internship in these companies. So despite the companies, we also have the world's first and biggest industrial symbiosis. So the idea about this concept, it didn't just arise by itself. Some of the companies sat down together and they were a bit sad that they had a lot of waste products that they couldn't use for anything. But then their neighbor could maybe use these waste products as a resource. So they found out instead of like having to find a way to get your waste out of your company, they found out that by having pipes between all the companies, one company's waste could be the resource of another company. And this symbiosis each year make our CO2 emission in Kalundborg increase. So that is really amazing. You will of course also learn about this at our program. So let's talk about this Bachelor of Engineering in Biotechnology. So first of all, what is an engineer? In a fun way, we used to say that you have to be good with math. That is, first of all, very important. But the general aspect of engineer is a technical problem solver. So you have to find problem solving interesting. And when I say problem solving, it means that you can't just look up in a book what you should do with a project, but you need to, with your colleagues and your friends, you need to sit down and find a solution to your problem that probably nobody have ever done before. That is like the main concept of engineers. And there will be math, I promise you. So when we talk about biotechnology, we have these 4 main topics that you will touch upon here in the program. So we have food technology, that is, for example, fermentation processes. We have pharmaceutical science, which of course correlates with Novo Nordisk and pharmaceutical production. Then we have wastewater treatment, and at last, environmental chemistry. In general, our program is very focused towards process and industry because we ask the companies in Kalundborg, if you were to hire engineer from us, what should they be able to do? And they gave us almost a list with skills that you need to be able to have. Therefore, we educate you in having those skills that the companies want. Thereby, after 3.5 years of this bachelor program, you can go out and work directly in a company, or you can take a master degree, but you have the possibility to choose. That's really amazing if you ask me. So this is like the general structure of the education. So it's 7 semesters, so 3.5 years, where you have a lot of mandatory courses. It's the white boxes. You can see it's a lot of math and chemistry. Then we have the electives, that is, for example, project management, if you're into that. We have the internship, half-year internship, and then we have the bachelor project. And what is really, really interesting about this program is we have projects. So in your mandatory courses, you will meet a lot of companies coming to have like a presentation for you, but with the project, it's more or less direct partnerships with these companies. So for us, it's very important that you can read some things in a book, and then you can meet a company that actually works with it in reality, and then you have to work with it in a project. So in the project, you of course need to gain basic knowledge, but you also need to learn how to make budgets, risk analysis. In general, you just need to learn all the skills that are within being an engineer. Because when you have all those skills, you are the perfect engineer, we could almost say. So this is just to show off, basically. This is all the company we work with, and there's a lot of awesome companies. For example, Lundbeck is a company that works with medicine that have to cross the blood-brain barrier. So, for example, if you have Alzheimer's or something like that, they produce chemistry that can help with that. So that is amazing. We work with meat production. In Denmark, we have a lot of wine farms. We work with wine too. So it's truly amazing, truly. Yeah, and then of course, should we mention the salary? So in Denmark, and I guess also where you're from, there's a very big demand for educated engineers. So therefore, the salary for 3.5 years engineering is amazing, if you ask me. And I cannot tell you exactly what you're going to work with when you're done. With the choices you take when you are here, the student job you get if you want one, the electives you take, they like give you a specific way, and thereby you can become a lot of different types of engineers, and you will find your way when you are here, I promise. You should not know it by now. So a bit about Campus Kalundborg. We are free education here, where one is in English. This means that we are international campus, and every student knows that English is just normal for us. As you can hear with my English, it's not the best in the world. And you have to remember that everybody here have English as the second language. So it's normal that we have different variation in our English, and that is okay. Yeah, it's a little cozy environment, which I prefer. We have study class-based exercises, which mean you can be most 40 students in a class, that will mean that you will get a close bond with your teacher. The teaching is often hands-on, project-based, and you will be able to ask questions and get help from your teacher. And then we just have new laboratory facilities. What you see on your screen right now is our temporary campus. If you come this summer, we will have a brand new campus. And I will show you it just in a minute. So also to show you that, of course, in these corona periods, we don't do study environment, but normally we focus a lot on that you international students really get a feeling of being a Dane, wanting to stay in Denmark, because we really want you to stay. And therefore, we really want to show you Danish traditions, but we also want you to show us the tradition you have from where you're from. So we have a lot of parties, also with your teachers. That is very normal here. Christmas dinner, etc. We just have a lot of fun. That is very important when you're a student. At least in Denmark, it shows that if you are part of the study environment, you will have a better chance of actually doing your study, which can be fun to think of. So this is just a map of Kalundborg, and you can see that our temporary campus is over in the city, whereas our new campus will be placed in the backyard of Novo Nordisk and Novo Science, and that is to make this link with the industry even better. Then this year we also got a new, very cheap dormitory, and I will show you more about that too. Yes, so this is how our new campus is going to look like this summer. Just to show you, it is actually true what I'm saying. This is how long they are in the building process. So that is really awesome. It's going to be so nice. New laboratory, new everything. So look forward to that. And then we just got this new student accommodation, which is like, it's brand new, it's totally renovated. No one have ever lived there before. So, and they are extremely cheap. I only know the Danish prices, but 3,100 Danish kroner, which is like extremely cheap. And the study environment there is amazing. The environment in general. You get a room with a little kitchen and a bathroom, and then you have a common kitchen for the whole flat. This means that you can apply for something called student or housing benefit from the municipality. But all this I will help you with if you want to join us here in Kalundborg. I'm always there to help. So to the more important stuff, the admission requirements for the biotech program, we have some quite high requirements. So you need math corresponding to what we call Danish A-level. And when I say A-level, it doesn't mean anything with grades. It corresponds to a specific time of hours. So A-level for math corresponds to approximately 375 hours. Then you need physics corresponding to Danish B-level, chemistry corresponding to Danish B-level, and English corresponding to Danish B-level with a minimum grade of 3.0 on a Danish grading scale. And just so you get a sense of our Danish grading scale goes from -3 to 12. So 3 is like in the lower bottom. And then you can also document your English grades, English with an IELTS test with a minimum score of 6.5, or a TOEFL test with a minimum score of 83 points. If you have any question for admission, I cannot answer you, so you have to write to admission@pha.dk, and they will answer all your questions. So admission for a Danish program, you need to go to a web page called optagelse.dk. You can see it in the corner. And you need, when you apply for this program, to press the blue one, apply for higher education in English. You need to apply on quota 2, which is the 15th of March at 12. And that is very important to remember that. And yeah, I told you about the admission office, very important. So I want to end this with, if you have a feeling that this could be a program for you, you need to be able to see yourself in these statements I come with. So you need to think math is interesting. I didn't say love, I just said interesting. You should be ready to learn how to program. We program with a program called Python. So you should be ready to learn that. You don't need to know any programming right now at all. You're prepared that English is a part of your everyday life. So your teaching is English, your books is English, your students will speak to you in English. You think of high professionalism, you're a problem solver of the future, of course. And then probably the most important thing is that you are ready to invest many hours in your study and project groups, because this is a very heavy study. It takes a lot of your time. It's a full-time study, just so you know it. Yeah. And then very last thing is just, if you want to talk with a student, because unfortunately I'm not a student, you can contact one of our student ambassadors, and you can see all those we have from different countries. I think around now we have like 25, 30 different nationalities. And as you can see, from India to Greece, China, Spain. Yeah, we have a lot of different nationalities, which make it so awesome here. So yeah. So if you have any question, please put them in the question, and then we will take them after Ramos have told you about the International Honors Degree in Teaching. So Ramos, you just told me when to change my slide, right?
Yeah, you may start. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So the other program offered in English at Absalon University is International Honors Degree in Teaching. This program is offered in Gothenburg campus, and probably you'll ask yourself why to choose this program. Well, you'll choose this program if you enjoy working with children, or enjoy working in an international environment, or love to travel and explore the world. Also, some other reasons to choose this program is because this degree will allow you to teach in the Danish primary and lower secondary schools, and also in international schools. And there is an increased number of international schools lately. So there is also an attractive job profile. You will have also intensive teaching experiences, where you'll go and actually practice what you learn in classes. The education is a 4-year program, and by the end of this education, you will finish with a honors degree, which means that it will give you the opportunity to be a teacher internationally, and you don't need to be an assistant teacher. You'll be directly a teacher, and you can practice this this profession. You'll specialize in 4 teaching subjects. 3 of them will be on your own choice, while 1 it will be in English. The English one is a requirement. The rest, the 3, the rest, you will just your minors. As I mentioned before, there is an experience where you will go and practice. There are like 3 of them. And then you have also the possibility for international exchange. International exchange for 1 semester, 1 year, or also for your practice. So you can choose to take a subject abroad if you like. The classes at the International Honors Degree are based on project-based learning, and they are at a high level of personal attention. So you will focus on theories and developing lesson plans for many grades. Then here is an overview of the structure of what you will study from the 1st semester till the 8th semester. So as you can see, in the 1st year, you will focus, there is a general education. This subject will help you to understand how to deal with children from different cultures and how to implement this in the classroom. And then you have the ones in red are the minors that you can choose. And on the next slide, I will show you what are the minors. Here are. So you can choose between English, art, German, social geography, history, physical education and health, religion, music, science, and mathematics. This it will help to build your profile as a teacher. What subjects do you want to teach? And at what level. As I said, there are 3 teaching experiences. One of them is at a Danish local school. So you will be placed at a Danish local school where you will go for up to 6 weeks, and you'll actually practice and understand how he is teaching in a Danish school. Then the second one, you'll be placed at an international school abroad, which means that you can choose from many countries, especially Europe, and you can go to an international school abroad and then just practice. And I think for this part, you are able to go up to 9 weeks. And there is the last teaching experience, international school in Denmark. So the same, up to 6 weeks, and you'll get familiarized with these different curricula, right? Maybe Cambridge or IB, depending on the school you'll be placed to. The idea is for you to be introduced in different kinds of curricula and to familiarize with them. And then you have the opportunity to go international exchange, where you will choose, for example, to go and study religion in Scotland, maybe. Then you will go 1 semester abroad. Myself, I'm taking math in Sweden. So you just take a teaching subject abroad and then find a partner university, and then the university will just help you with everything, the paperwork and everything. And it will be a great opportunity and experience for you as well, because then you will see how it is to study to a different university, right? Not just Absalon. And then you also have the opportunity to take the teaching experience abroad. And here is where I mentioned that you'll have from 6 to 8 weeks, and this is because of the Erasmus grants, right? There is a Erasmus grants within Europe, and at the opportune time, then you'll just be introduced on it. On the next slide, there is an overview of the places where you actually can go and practice. And as you can see, we work with a lot of universities. You can go in the Netherlands, in Norway, in Spain, in Barcelona, in Sweden, and so on. So it will be a very great experience. The career path, after finishing this education, you can get a job directly or study a master's degree. When you decide to get a job directly, you can actually work anywhere around the world, because if when you finish the degree with honors degree, then this will allow you to work around the world in any international school or boarding school, right? Your profile as a teacher, you'll be a PYP teacher or primary teacher, lower secondary teacher. Of course, if you choose to be a school principal or a special education teacher, you can also do that. The student life at Absalon University, there is well, before coronavirus, there was a lot of group meeting. Of course, group work meeting. This will come back because Corona will not last forever. So that's a lot of group work meeting. And there is also SMU. SMU is a student organization in charge with all these entertainment events and parties. And we have ballroom, semester start party, Absalon Football Cup, where, for example, Absalon Football Cup, all the campuses come together and they compete. Then we have flea markets, and there is also a school band here at the Gothenburg campus, a theater, food club, book club, sports if you are interested in sports, such as dance, volleyball, boxing, gym, and so on. Yeah, there are many opportunities. Throughout this education, you will be asked to gather all your work, all what you can show that you developed somehow, right? And put them together in a digital professional portfolio. And all this portfolio, all your lesson plans that you actually learned how to develop them and to make them, then you will just gather everything together. And then in the 5th semester, you will show to your colleagues and your teachers, how did you develop throughout all this period, right? From first semester till 5th semester. How did this education and the practice and your experience and so on helped you develop in this area, in this profession as a teacher? When you apply for this education, there are some accepted diplomas, such as probably you are familiar with the International Baccalaureate, the European Baccalaureate, and there is also the option for International du Baccalaureate. And there is, the Danish-French Baccalaureate. For any other foreign qualifying examination, this is, you just have to send it, the one from your country, and then if they need something extra, they will just let you know. So yeah, when it comes to the admission requirements, you just need English corresponding to the Danish A-level and a grade average of 7, which is equivalent to ACT's grade C. However, if you don't have this grade, you'll just have to attend an interview, which is either face-to-face or via Skype. The admission requirements, they are not very strict. You just have to, to show to the Skype and prove that your English is good enough to attend these courses. So after you have been enrolled, of course, is exactly what I mentioned before. You have to have this Danish A-level for English, but also you will be asked to pass 3 hours admission test, and this is part of the honors degree. The honors degree is very important. Of course, there are also some extra requirements. Also, I can mention that when you'll finish this education, you will have 272 ECTS, which are 36 or 32 extra than a normal bachelor, and this is because of the honors degree. You'll accumulate ACTS. The test is not very difficult. It just evaluates your command for written English, how you express yourself, and if you are able to formulate a well-structured argument. And this is because, of course, you will be introduced to a variety of theories of learning, and also you will learn how children learn and how to approach them in the many ways, so all students from your class will understand your lessons. And then we have here, if you want extra information, then you just sign up. There is the last link is sign up, and then you'll constantly receive news about this program. And there is also brochure I posted on the chat, and yeah, there is a Facebook page as well. So this is the teaching education. Of course, if you have questions in regards to the minors or teaching practice, you are welcome to ask me, and I will happily answer you.
Thank you so much, Remus. Yeah, so now it's time for the questions, and I will just take them. There's one who asked one in the chat, so let's take that first, and I think you will have to answer that, Remus. One asked, how is life in Zealand for international students?
Yeah, should I answer or you?
No, I don't. I'm a Dane. I think I'm biased in answering that, so I think you should answer.
The life is great. I mean, you have opportunities. If you refer like job-wise, of course, you have opportunities to find a student job where you can like live yourself. And there is also a lot of parties, or yeah, you can go outside and enjoy life if you want. Everything depends on you or what you want. Here is very, I mean, Danish people are very open-minded, and so are the internationals that they come here after that, right? We all develop these intercultural competencies where we understand each other and help each other and enjoy our time. And yeah, so on all the ways, there are like great opportunities, from job to parties.
Yeah, I agree very much. It's I at least what the international students tell me is that they find it very great to be a student in Denmark, and most of our students here, they expect to stay in Denmark after they're done with education because they have fallen so much in love with the country and they want a job here. So that is truly amazing, if you ask me. So yeah.
And also that there is this focus on group work, and always when you feel like you are stuck with something, there are always colleagues within your group who will help you to go through, and you actually help each other and understand each other and develop knowledge together.
Yeah, you're not alone here, basically. And because we are so small and we focus a lot on having this personally bond between each other, you cannot go around being alone because people will notice and they will do something about it. So yeah, that is just how we are here, basically. Yeah, so the next question is, how is the coronavirus pandemic situation at your campus and in Denmark? So first of all, Denmark have been very good at handling the corona pandemic. Our government very fast took action, so we closed the country in a very good period, so we didn't have a lot of consequences, and yeah. And in general, right now we are, of course, as in the rest of us, seeing that the numbers are increasing, but still it's very good in Denmark. Life is normal, more or less. Right now we are only allowed to spend like in your normal life, we're allowed to be 10 people together right now, but campus is running as usually. And I don't think, did you get the new tables, Remus?
Yes, this is what I wanted to show, that there are like tables, individuals for all the students. So each student has its own table, and they're marked. They have to be like within.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you have to wear your mask in all public areas and when you walk in the hallway at the school. So in general, we have very few cases of positive people here at Absalon in general. And in Kalundborg, for example, we have had 0 students and teachers with COVID-19. So yeah, I think in general, we are very good at focusing on with the pandemic. So please join us. We are doing a good job. Yeah. Do you have any online dual degree program with Turkish or European universities? I don't think so, but I don't want to. Again, you have to write our international department. Yeah. Do you know what their mail is, Remus?
I can look at.
Yeah. Will you please answer that very sweet person?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Do you have intensive English programs for foreign students? We assume you know English when you come here. Of course, for the international honors degree in teaching, you can also choose to, you have to, of these 4 programs, one of them, topics, you have to choose English as one of them. So you will get an intense English here, but at least for here in Kalundborg, we assume you know English, and yeah. So no, but we have intensive Danish programs. So if you want to learn Danish, you can gladly do that. Yeah. How many Turkish students you have in total? So here in Kalundborg, we have Danish Turkish students, which means that they are Turkish, but they have a Danish passport and have lived in Denmark for a long time. We don't have a true Turkish student yet. Let's hope that this is the year we change it. We really want you to join us. I don't know, what about you, Remus?
No, not really.
Not
We have from lots of countries, but not really Turkish. No.
Yeah, so this could be the first time. So definitely, as I said before, we have Danish students here who have Turkish genes, and yeah, have still a summer house in Turkey and etc. So yeah. And then a question I don't understand.
Do you offer certificate programs?
Offer what programs?
Certificate programs.
No, we only offer bachelor programs. And the only two bachelor program we have is those two we represent today. And we have more than those, but those are in Danish, so you have to learn Danish first. So the two English taught bachelor program we have is Bachelor of Engineering in Biotechnology and International Honors Degree in Teaching. Yeah. Did you find you? Okay, cool. I think okay, somebody else find internationals. Cool. Do European Union members constitute pay any? Okay, so if you are EU member, the education is free. That is the wonderful thing about being a part of EU, that you can get free education in Denmark. If you are non-EU students, and I looked this up because I thought you would ask, the tuition fee for at least the Bachelor of Engineering in Biotech program for the whole program is approximately 40,350 euros. That is for 7 semesters. Yeah. But yeah, EU students are free. So that is also a big benefit there. Then you don't only have to pay for your life here. Do you have any Turkish facility members? Again, you need to contact our international department, and they will ask more about that. I can only talk about this specific program, and the same with Remus. Do you have any representatives in Turkey? Again, you have to write the international department. We cannot answer that. International student can do internship with those partners during the study, right? You have to. You have to do it. So this 6th semester is an mandatory internship. So you will go in a half-year internship, and we have a lot of different internships. We have, for example, at Novo Nordisk, both at their production site in Kalundborg, but also in Clayton in the United States. So last internship, one student was sent to USA for the internship. And we also have internship in more specialized companies, as a company called Unibio, who uses proteins to make food for animals. We have also engineering companies that help the big companies building new factories. It's also more specialized. So we have a lot of different internship, but yeah, you have to do the internship. And this internship is like, in my opinion, I only have a normal master degree and a normal bachelor degree. So I didn't do an internship, and this internship is where you really gain your knowledge, and that is what opened the door for your job market. So you, as I told before, thereby have the opportunity to choose if you want to do a master or you want to get a job. Personally, I think a job gives you more skills, at least more skills on the paper, on your CV. But yeah, I think it's a personal opinion. But yeah, like we have an internship fair. So for example, this year, all the companies, they gave like a paper with all the internships, and then all the students have to apply, and then they were to a job interview, of course, over the computer because of the corona. So we help you also get an internship. It's not like you're lost when you're here. Do you have any undergraduate and graduate dual degrees progress with American universities? You again have to answer your question to ask your question to the international department. Do you have dorms within the university? No, we don't have within the university, and I think that's a very good idea because don't mix up school and private life. But at least for Kalundborg, I think you have to remember this is the bike country of the world, I think. So everybody owns a bike. I think there's more bikes than people living here or something crazy like that. So I think there is like 5 minutes on bike from our dorm we have to the campus. So it's very fast to get there. What about you, Ramos? What about dorms in Vordingborg?
We have within the campus, yes.
Yeah.
There are some of them, and of course also outside the campus. That's like with the international office, you will decide how to apply and where, and they will give you many opportunities. But yes, we have I have colleagues living here at the campus, and I have also colleagues living like 10 minutes away from the campus.
Yeah. But in general, because we are placed in the smaller cities, not in the big cities, it's very easy to get around and everything is more or less close by. Do international students need to prove any level of Danish for English talk programs? Not at all. We don't at all expect you to know any word of Danish. But we know that a lot of you students coming here really want to learn Danish when you start here. So therefore, we have just in Kalundborg made a cooperation with our language school. So you can get a real diploma for Danish language while you are under your graduate program or your bachelor program here. So you have the opportunity if you want to. We often see that the companies, they hire you knowing that you do not speak Danish. But when you are done here and they hire you in a real job, they will often ask you to start learning Danish within a couple of years. So if you want to stay here in a longer period, you will expect to at some point learning Danish, but you also are around Danish people, so you will learn it slowly no matter what, definitely. But no Danish skills before you come, I promise. Do you have recognition and approval by Turkish Council of Higher Education? Again, I am really not allowed to answer that question. So please write our admission office, admission@pha.dk, and they can answer specific to your specific papers. No matter where you're from, if you have your papers, your school name, you can ask if they are recognized and they can help you. Could you please inform us about language requirements? Yes, again, for the Bachelor of Engineering in Biotechnology, we have a language requirement that you need an English corresponding to Danish B level. And I just need to find the hours because that can help a bit, which is about you need 210 hours of English with a minimum grade of 3.0 on the Danish grading scale. And that is a low grade. But again, if you want specifically, write the admission office. You can also document your English with an IELTS test or TOEFL test. And for the International Honors degree in teaching, you need English corresponding to Danish A level with a minimum grade of 7 instead of 3. Yeah, so that is the two different requirements. So B level, Danish B level for the biotech program, and Danish A level for the teaching program. Yes. Do we have work permit while we are studying, also after we graduate? You need to write to the Danish authorities to ask for that. I know that you have while you are a student here, because we have international students, for example, Akshita from India. She works at Novo Nordisk in her spare time. So while you study, you have your work permit. I don't know how the transitions are between being a student and being done with your education, but yeah, I think I will stop there. What do you think?
And then you will just apply for the new residence based on your work, on your contract.
Yeah.
And then the authorities will give you an answer.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we haven't had any problems yet. Let me put it that way. So that's yeah. But yeah, if you are an EU student and an EU student for that sake, you can work while you study here. So no worry. Do you offer pre-sessional English if we do not reach language requirements? No. I know Remus said that they are very loose about English. We are not. We are not that loose. But again, at the English, the biotech program, you can also take these different tests to document your English level. So that is an easy way to do it. So yeah, Remus, do you have anything to add to that?
As I mentioned, if you don't have any documents, well, somehow you have to document your English, right? Because you did study some English. So you just have to go to your school and ask them to provide you with a paper where the number of hours of English lessons from the last 3 years you had, or 2 years. And then that numbers you just send to the admission office. But for this, you just write them and they will tell you what they need from you to prove your English level.
Yeah.
And if you don't have an exam for the English subject, then for this teaching education, then you may attend this Skype interview where there will be 3 teachers from our school giving you some task, and they will see if you can pass or not.
Yeah. So yeah, and as Remus said, their mission office is, if you just write to them in good time, they are very sweet at helping you. So for example, when you apply the 15th of March, and if you're missing something, they will write you that you need to document this before we can give you the spot.
Yeah.
So,
they will just tell you exactly what they need, so you will fulfill the requirements and pass without problems.
Yeah, exactly. And at least in Denmark, I don't know how you have it where you're from, but in Denmark we have the opportunity to over summer, over a couple of months, that to rise our different English, math, chemistry, like have classes in an extra school. So maybe you also have that where you're from. So yeah, that's an option. But again, the admission office, if you write them now with all the information you have about the education, the sooner you write them, the more they can help you, so they can guide you in the right way. So that is what I really want you to do. The admission at pha.dk. Can I have an information for physiotherapy program application requirements? Do you speak? It's, you know, the program is in Danish. So if you if you know, Remus, will you find the web page for the physiotherapy and post it? I assume maybe the person know Danish.
Yeah. Is it like okay?
Yeah, it's for Salimat. I hope I pronounce your name right. As Jacqueline, I know how awful it is when people pronounce your name wrong.
Salimat is very important for you to consider that this program is offered in Danish, okay? The only programs that we offer in English is International Honors Degree in Teaching and the Biotech from Colombo.
Yeah, but yeah. What is the advantage for having Bulgarian passport? And now I need to, is Bulgaria a part of EU? Now I seem very stupid live. I just look it up.
I have a colleague from Bulgaria, so there is no problems. It's just, it applies the same rule as Europeans.
But are they a part of EU? Yeah, they are. Ooh. Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
They are part of the EU, yes. So yes, it applies the same rules as all the rest of the countries from the EU. There is no difference.
So the advantage of you is that you can get the education for free, basically. Yeah. So, and we have a lot of students who have two passports, but who have a passport for a non-EU country and an EU country, because their parents are for two different countries, and they often use their EU passport because it opens a lot of doors for them. But when you get to Denmark, no matter what, you will have a residence permit, or you will apply for one, and then you will get a Danish, what is called a CPR number. And this number gives you right to use the doctors in Denmark for free. Yeah, that is how the system works here. So you don't have to worry about that. Yes.
Jason, there was another Turkish question in the bottom, the first one.
Yeah.
It was about the fees, payment options, and scholarship opportunities. Was asking about how much are the fees? Do we need to pay in advance, or are there any installments? Also about the scholarship opportunities.
Okay, yeah. So in Absalon, we don't have scholarships anymore, so we cannot help you with that. And as I said before, the tuition fee for this program, the biotech program, is 40,350 euros for all 7 semesters. And the different semesters cost differently. You can also see the different tuition fee per semester on our webpage. And if you go to the chat box, there is a link to our webpage where you can read more. I don't know when to pay. I don't think you have to pay everything at once, but I think you have to pay per semester you are here. So you don't pay for semesters if you choose to stop, or if something goes wrong, then you didn't pay for the whole education. Yeah, and again, I said approximately, so the tuition fee changes from year to year. But it's approximately, as I said before, 40,350 euros. And as I understand, on non-EU students, it's extremely cheap for a very, very good educations. Educations in Denmark are in general very good quality. And when you at least take both the teaching degree and the biotech degree, you open not only doors to jobs in Denmark, but you open jobs in the whole world. So teachers are used in the whole world, and specifically also biotech engineers are used in the whole world. So by that you haven't locked yourself in any position, but you have more opened your doors for the whole world if you are up to that. Yeah. So again, if you have any question regarding admission, please write admission@pha.dk. And for this, Nikati, you had a lot of questions about dual programs. Please write international at pha.dk for those questions. Yeah, and thank you very much out there. I didn't think there came any new questions, and I'm right.
Yes, we covered all of them.
Yeah, and there's just something in the chat. Thank you. It was a good presentation. Thank you. Thank you out there. You were amazing for listening. Hope to.
Justin, is it possible to post the link, the contact information link in the chat box that you mentioned?
Huh?
You mentioned about the contact information, a link.
Yeah, at the very, very top at the chat box, there is a sign up link. If you press that, you come into a page where you can choose the different programs you want to be signed up to hear more about. And right now, in this second, I just post my email, and you are always welcome to write me. If you have any question, if you want to come visit us, if you're in Denmark for some reason, we are welcome you here with our arms open. So yeah, you're always ready to write me.
That's great. We also posted the link again, so it's in the bottom, they can see. Thank you very much for the great presentation, Jacqueline and Ramos. Thank you for joining us. It was very nice to welcome you at the IEFT Talks webinars.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.